stand clear of the doors. Por favor, manténganse alejado de las puertas.
To those guests who've just joined us, welcome. Our next stop is the Magic Kingdom. For those of you standing, please hold on to the handrails throughout our journey and stay clear of the door. Stay clear of the door. Ladies and gentlemen, we are approaching our station at the entrance to Main Street, USA.
Welcome aboard the Monday Morning Monorail podcast. This is Justin Monorail, and I am grateful I made it through that without coughing. Today is Monday, April the 14th, 2025, and this is episode number 247 of the Monday Morning Monorail podcast. And it's true, ladies and gentlemen, I have a sore throat, so I'm doing my best over here. We've got cough medicine employed. We were using lozenges of different types. And I'm going to do my best not to hack anything up while we record. That is the Justin Monorail promise. And to keep me honest, to keep me on track, before we get into all the exciting Walt Disney World news, I got to welcome in my co-host. We shall begin with the one that is wearing the Halloween Horror Nights shirt. She already knows I've been itching for Halloween Horror Nights, and I feel like this is just twisting the knife. Stephers, did you just wear the Halloween Horror Nights shirt just to rub it in my face that we're still like so far away from Halloween Horror Nights?
I actually did. Well, I half did. I was grabbing a t-shirt this morning, and then I could have decided to not wear this shirt. And I was like, he just mentioned it. I'm going to just...
I know.
That was me twisting the knife. Yeah, that was me twisting the knife.
Well, I appreciate that. Welcome back to the Monorail Staffers, and welcome back after our big event and the big vacation.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. How you doing? Have you recovered?
No, I'm still tired. I'm still tired, and I'm a woman, so I'm dealing with that, so I'm more tired, and then I'm tired, man. I'm tired.
I hear you. Well, I'm glad to have you back, and I'm also glad to have the next man back, the one who just executed the most epic event for a fundraiser that's ever been attempted on Living with the Land. It's Landon the Doz Doane. Landon, welcome back to the Monorail.
Hi, everybody, coming in from the Isolation Station Club. It's me, it's the DOZ, Landon the Doz Doane, and it's a Monday morning. You know what that means. First of all, thank you for those kind words. Though when you phrase it that way, the most epic fundraiser ever pulled off on Living with the Land, a very low bar to clear. I still take those compliments. A couple of housekeeping things to get out of the way first. Tomorrow, if you're listening to this when the episode drops on a Monday, April the 14th. Tomorrow is tax day. And if that's news to you, you need to talk to your financial planner or start planning your death or fake death and assume a new identity. Always a good time to do that. Second of all, the Isolation Station of Love has unfortunately been hit with tariffs. So the cost of this podcast will be going up. We will let you know how much we will be charging you more going forward. And we don't talk about Nico. We don't talk about Nico. All right, yeah. I got that out of the way. Sorry.
No, I appreciate that.
That's a joke for all the Tennessee fans out there.
Yeah. And we're going to just move on, just like Nico did from the Tennessee football program.
On that note, I'm going to be drinking an East Tennessee beer. Get out to Yeehaw, where a special event may or may not be coming here in a couple of years.
Woohoo! Yes, so we are back at full strength, all back together on the monorail here virtually. But just 2 short weeks ago, we were together in the most magical place on Earth, and we haven't really had a chance to sort of like debrief after that fun trip that you guys made down here. Not just for the Living with the Land fundraiser, but also we got to spend a fun day in the Magic Kingdom, which was really cool. And you all got to ride Tiana's Bayou adventure. I want to start with the Magic Kingdom day because, I mean, Sunday we could talk about, but let's be honest, I don't remember it that much. So let's just talk about Monday.
You had a great time, buddy.
I had a wonderful
You
time.
had a
Can confirm.
blast. Yeah.
I had a really good time. We all know how
All
I
over
feel about
Disney Springs. Yeah.
cowboys and yes, and their
Yeah,
origins.
there was a very spirited argument, not a debate, an argument over cowboys, and we'll just leave it at that.
Yeah. But Monday, the Magic Kingdom, we sort of had like a classic Magic Kingdom day, from the attractions that we rode to the snacks that we tried. It was really, really good. But first time experiencing Tiana's Bayou Adventure, so I want to get some feedback on that because we haven't really talked that much about it. So, Landon, how did you feel after riding this new, the new iteration of the log ride in the Magic Kingdom, Tiana's Bayou Adventure?
I love the retheme. The story that they tell, the animatronics, the music, just the overlay of the southern Louisiana Bayou, I think really goes hand in hand with the log flume, the former Splash Mountain. I love it. Again, I go back to the animatronics and the music. It just like is such a fun ride. And we timed it just right. Well, we could have timed
Almost.
it just a little bit righter.
Yeah.
If I can speak gooder there for a second, we were like 3 minutes off from the start of fireworks, and we missed going down the drop and seeing the start of fireworks by about 3 minutes. And that is not an exaggeration. But I mean, like, just seeing Tiana's Bayou Adventure lit up at night is so gorgeous. And I'm so glad that was how I was able to experience it for the first time, seeing it in all of its grandeur and all of its glory. I love what Disney did with this attraction. I like Splash Mountain. I love Tiana's Bayou Adventure.
Yeah.
Now,
it's
granted,
awesome.
maybe in the future, some of these animatronics will start showing their wear, like some of the animatronics on Splash Mountain did, because water and animatronics generally don't work well together, and water can wear down some of those animatronics. But hopefully Disney and their Imagineers and their wonderful team will upkeep this attraction, because all eyes in the Magic Kingdom are on Tiana's Bayou Adventure right now, and it is the new hotness. So hopefully it will continue to get the T and the L and the C that it needs to be a top tier attraction. But I mean, right now, I love that attraction. And if I was in Magic Kingdom right now, I would be heading to a queue to go ride that attraction again.
Yeah. So this was my third time riding it, but it was the first time I've ridden it at night, and it was a really different experience, really, and it was awesome. I think it was fantastic experiencing it at night. Stephers, what are your thoughts on Tiana's Bayou Adventure?
I think every ride is better at night,
Mm.
first and foremost. I rode it twice. Fun fact, I
Mhm.
rode it twice in one day. I would absolutely not wait an hour and a half to ride that ride.
Mm-hmm.
Or like an hour. How long did I wait? I waited like an hour. I would
You
not wait
waited,
an hour
yeah.
in that. Yeah, I would not wait an hour for that ride.
Mhm. You waited a hard hour and a half
Correct.
the first time.
Yeah.
Wouldn't do that ever again. That's not. It's just not for me.
Yeah, while you, me, and at the time the smoking hot girlfriend went and had fun, Jay, in the Magic Kingdom, Stephers suffered in the line for an hour and a half.
Correct. Correct. Yeah, no, it was fun. I do think like one of the rooms they could have done a little bit more with, but like I think it's a very like positive vibe.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's very like uplifting. Like I feel like I'm like bopping and vibing the whole time.
Yeah.
I don't know why I did a whole swirly swirl, but
It was
know.
fun. I
yeah,
appreciate
no,
it.
I thoroughly enjoyed it. I do say I wish well, I guess not for Landon's sake, but I wish the splash that I got on the first ride through correlated to the splash I got on the second ride through, because I didn't really get wet on the second ride through. But nighttime, 10 out of 10, highly recommend. It's fine.
Yeah.
Y'all didn't want to get wet. It's fine. It's
I
fine.
know.
Yeah,
I was hoping that we didn't.
I was dreading that final splash on the former Splash Mountain, but fortunately for us, unfortunately for the person sitting directly in front of me, I think she caught the entire brunt of the splash. So we got if it was Splash Mountain, we got Sprinkle Mountain. She got Splash Mountain.
That's true. Yeah. I know. I made the comment after we finished dropping in on the last drop there that I really didn't get wet at all. And she turns around.
Yeah, she
drenched,
turned around and looked at us.
and she said, she was like, "I'm so happy for you." Because she got it all. Yeah.
But I mean, like that's I mean, you roll the dice whenever you get on Tiana's Bayou Adventure. whenever you get on the former Splash Mountain, whenever you get on these type of log rides or water rides in general. I mean, you roll the dice, and honestly, that's what kept me off Splash Mountain in the end of its life, because I just didn't want to get wet, particularly get my shoes and socks wet. It's like I saw people. Well, you, for example, you took your socks off before we got on the attraction, which I thought was a smart move. It ended up being kind of a fruitless move, but at the same time, it was smart planning. Because if you did get drenched, not drenched, you wouldn't have to worry about walking around at the end of the night heading to the car with your wet socks. So I mean, like I even though it ended up not being needed, I don't fault you for that move, because stuff like that has kept me off attractions like this in the past.
Yeah. Well, I've said it before. I've raved about Tiana's Bayou Adventure in my experience. I think it's great, and I will just say, I stand by this statement. Splash Mountain, I enjoyed that attraction, but most of the time I avoided it, like you said, because I didn't want to get wet. I am much more likely to queue up for Tiana's Bayou Adventure. If I see a 30-minute or less wait, I'm getting in that line because I love that ride. It's great. And luckily, luckily we saw it with everything working too, which really was pretty special. The other thing I wanted to ask you guys about, a first time for you guys, Landon, you had never seen the Country Bears show at all. And we went to this new version, the Country Bears musical Jamboree. So I know it's a little kitschy, it's a little silly, but I think the new version's fun. So I wanted to get your thoughts on it, because we also really didn't talk about this. So what did you think about the Country Bears musical Jamboree? It's all right. He doesn't know what
fine. It's cute. It has seating and air conditioning. I like the animatronics. I can't believe I'm going to say this, me, the metal kid. I think it could have used more country music in its Country Bear Jamboree thing. The countryification of a bunch of Disney songs. It's like, okay, I get it. You're in the Magic Kingdom. And I like, to me, it kind of misses the mark, but I guess I understand why they did it, because I mean, country music at this point is so like the hits turn over so much, you can't really, keep up with the top 100 or whatever. But I mean, like, it has a wealth of generational classics. Why not?
True.
It was fine. I appreciated the animatronics and the dad jokes that the stuffed heads on the wall told. I liked that part, but I mean, I did it. Bring an endorsement from Landon the Doz Doane.
You did. You can check it off.
I'm trying here, man. I'm trying.
Well, I appreciate that. I wanted your honest opinion about it, because coming to it as someone who I had seen the old show multiple times over the years, and I appreciate the fact that it's updated to the point that it is, because it really is night and day. The animatronics are so much smoother. You don't hear like the servos, the clicking, and all the stuff. It's a nice experience. It's much improved, and I think it's a cute show, and it is like a nice escape from the sun. But I was interested to know, like, as someone who this was your first experience with that show, going into it, like, what your thoughts are. What about you, Stephers? How did you experience the Country Bear musical Jamboree?
Okay, I'm not insulting us, right? Let me preface this with, I'm not insulting us. I think if us three were to put on a country show and wear some bear mascot costumes, it would be great. You know what I mean? Like I'm not saying we put on the show, but I thought it was just like funny and like it was ridiculous, but like not in a dang, I really wish I kind of just didn't. It was ridiculous, and like I liked her coming out, it was like a whole thing. Anyway,
swing.
Sorry, no.
Yeah, that was fun. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Landon hates it, but it was a vibe. It was
Hate
a vibe.
Strong. But it's not something I think I'm gonna find time for the next time I'm in the Magic Kingdom, though. Going back to, again, at the time, the smoking hot girlfriend, when I told her, it's like, yeah, they just redid this ride and put a whole bunch of money, and it's like, they did? Why? She might have actually hated that attraction.
Well, It's still, you still checked it off the list, and I appreciate
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. We got that box checked on the proverbial Magic Kingdom list.
that. I was saying we had a classic Magic Kingdom day because another thing we did, you got to ride the train for the first time since it's like been refurbished and re-upped. So after they added the tunnel through, the Tron section. So we did ride the train. That was really fun. We experienced the first on the train. When they stopped in Fantasyland, they actually do have a water tower there to fill up the steam engine,
Yeah,
and
that's right.
they missed the stop.
Yeah,
So
they overshot it. Yeah.
so they had to back the train up. They actually were like, it's kind of funny because this is comparable to us saying like, oh, I love getting the unique experience of being on a ride, it breaking down and getting walked off. That's like such a Disney nerd thing to do. I've never been on the train when they've had to back it up because they missed a stop. So that was a first for me. It wasn't far, but it was really funny.
I mean, yeah, they had to throw the train in reverse and they inched it back, and it was literal inches that they overshot it by.
It was really good. Was there any other first we checked off for either of you that day? I was trying to think back. I feel like there was something else.
Well, pictures of us three together.
That's
in the
true.
Magic Kingdom. Yeah.
That's true.
Which are now available all over our social media.
Yep, post them in the Facebook group.
Which you, the lovely listener, should be following us on all of our socials if you're not already.
Yep. Yeah, those are good. I feel like we could have taken more, but we got some good pictures.
We were having fun in the Magic Kingdom, man.
We were having a great time. It was a great day.
It was a really good day. Yeah.
Yeah, we met up at, actually, our meeting point was Cosmic Rays. We sat down for a lunch.
Which is
at
so
Cosmic
appropriate.
Oh wait, that's another first. I don't think I've eaten at Cosmic Rays, but I will say I had the salad there for the first time, and it was very good.
The Greek salad, yeah.
Yeah, a lot of rave reviews for the Greek salad. Yeah,
Really
not by me. I'm a burger and fries boy, but the Smoking Hut girlfriend loved the Greek salad.
Dude,
And the chicken tendies too. Chicken tendies. High marks.
all the things that we ate over the course of, listen, I needed a palate cleanser, sir. Needed a palate
We needed some veggies.
Yeah, you needed something green in your diet that wasn't a green food dye. Yeah.
Correct.
So the Greek salad, I've always raved about it. You can add chicken to it if you want, but I did not get the protein added to mine this time. The other thing we got was the truffle fries, which I've told you all I really liked.
Oh yeah,
they are very good.
For a quick service like version of truffle fries, I think they nail it. Really.
Yeah. Very good stuff. Not good stuff at Cosmic Rays theme park. Rob losing his sunglasses.
Yeah.
Sorry, Rob. Yeah,
that
while y'all were on Space Mountain, because your boy over here, his body doesn't do Space Mountain anymore. We went and backtracked and retraced our steps. Unfortunately, no sunglasses were to be found.
Yeah. That's really unfortunate. That's like a bummer. We're having like such a nice time, and then Rob loses his sunglasses.
Womp womp.
But I mean, he said he was going to fill out a lost and found form. We need to find out if he heard anything. But unfortunately, I think
because those lost and found forms, they do turn up stuff. Jay, you can speak to that. I mean, they found your daggone magic band.
I know.
Your daggone magic band.
They did. So it does work. I mean, if you ever lose something in any of the parks or Disney Springs, you can use the app and fill out a lost and found form in the My Disney Experience app. And like Landon said, I can testify that it does work, because I lost my Illuminations Farewell Magic Band in Epcot. Filled out a form. Somehow they ended I don't know if maybe Disney Springs is like a centralized location for where they bring the lost and found stuff. I guess that would make sense. That way people don't have to go to a park to get it. But it ended up in Disney Springs.
I will say I discovered in what turned out to be a fruitless expedition for Rob's sunglasses, certain places like Cosmic Rays has its own lost and found locations. So it might have a central hub in Disney Springs, but definitely double check and backtrack if you think, or if you know you lost something at a specific location, they might have a lost and found location before it heads back to the main hub.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, if you catch it early enough, you might be able to just go back to the point of losing the item for sure. Okay. Anything else we wanted to say about Monday? We're going to do an episode where we do a review of the Skipper Canteen, because we had our dinner there. So just a preview for what's ahead. There will be a review episode of Skipper Canteen coming out. And also another first time for Landon and I, we ate at Trattoria Al Forno on that
Yeah.
Friday, and we've got a lot to say about that. So we'll review that as well coming
Stephers,
soon.
where were you?
What day was that?
She was back
Friday.
in North Carolina that day.
Oh, I was back in North Carolina. Can confirm.
Aw, we were having
Because
fun.
Steffers doesn't have enough Disney dollary dues to Disney dollary do it.
Well,
Oh wait,
I don't
but there was
either.
a first. Wait, we also can. Well, I guess you've already eaten there, but the Edison, I've never eaten there. I'll just
yeah.
throw in my 2 cents.
Yeah, so well, we can move on to Tuesday.
There we go. Yep. Yeah, we can talk about the Edison.
Yeah, so Tuesday. Tuesday was the big day. It was Landon's 40th birthday, April 1st, 2025. We did the big Living with the Landon event. Landon rope dropped, not just rope dropped. You went during early park entry and you hightailed it. Hightailed it to the land pavilion. So you were there from 8:30 and then we shut it down till 9 p.m.
Yep.
All in the land pavilion.
Yeah. I was on the first boat that left the dock. For some reason, first boat didn't leave until like 8:40. But I was in line waiting for the first boat to come through. But my Harry Batukas was on the first boat that left the dock that day, and we shut that some gum down at 9 p.m. and we got 22 rides in, or rather,
Yeah.
I got 22 rides in on Living with the Land. Though your 19 was nothing to sneeze at, my friend, and I have to give you credit because I gave you every opportunity to be like, dude, if you want to sit this one out, or dude, if you want to go walk around the World Showcase, or if you want to go do literally anything else in Epcot, I understand. I am the only one that is tied myself to Living with the Land for April 1st, 2025. Feel free to do so. But
Yeah, you did.
Like me, you, and Stephers, we say we are bad boys. We ride together. We die together. We literally, you and me, we rode together April 1st, 2025. So I have to tip my proverbial cap, which at one point turned from a Cubs hat to a captain's hat. I have to tip that cap to you.
Yeah. Yeah, that was incredible, man. I just got to say, like, well, hats off to you for 22 rides. And, you know, we got some, like, different information throughout the day. Like, at one point, we had a cast member riding Living with the Land with us, and she said that she thought the most consecutive rides on Living with the Land was 16. But then later, we were told by a cast member they thought the most in a day was 21, I think.
21, yeah.
So you legitimately made 22. We documented all of them. So if that is a record, they better put your picture up.
I still got the official app on the phone with 22 on it. I have not uninstalled it from my home screen, where every time we left the dock, I would click it. 22. I know 22. It's like, if you're watching us on YouTube, you can see it, but if you're listening to it, you just have to trust me. I did the damn thing 22 times.
You did. Unbelievable, because man,
I still have PTSD.
I know.
I can still see the attraction when I close my eyes at night.
Well, like I said, so in the episode last week, I was talking about how I feel like I was convinced going in that the voiceover, the monologue, was just going to be stuck in my head forever. But what I found I was doing on the attraction, we would get on it, we were chatting and stuff, having a good time, but I would almost like disassociate. Like, I wasn't even listening to it. I wasn't looking at anything. I was just like, okay, here we are. There were a couple times like I would put my head sort of in my hands and just kind of rest a little bit, like on the ride.
That most definitely happened to me. It happened, I want to say, like in the dozen area, like rides 12 and 13 and 14. I just like sat down and zoned out, particularly in the area after you leave the homestead, go into into the dark area right before you go into the greenhouse. Like that right there. It's like I just zone out. It's like tunnel. It's like I hear the music. I hear the of the voiceover behind me. I still clearly hear the music, but I am just not there. It's like oh my God.
You have to, like, it really would have driven you crazy if you had been like locked in all day long. So
there was only one part I was locked in. Let me tell you, I didn't even ride as much as y'all did, but the one part
because you went and had fun in Epcot.
Listen. I done did it. I listen. The one part I locked in at is at the end where it says, "And now we are all living with the." But
With the-
now I will also
Yep.
let you know I will never call this ride "Living with the Land." I always will end up doing "Living with the Landon."
Yeah.
Like I think
As
that's just
everybody should. I am now the owner of Living with the Land. Let's just go ahead and get that on record. I am the captain of Living with the Land. Any like a non-cast member owner of Living with the Land, that is Landon freaking Doane, y'all.
I will not argue that. Like you are literally the captain now.
Yes. They gave me a certificate. I got a dope captain hat out of it. Yeah. Uh-huh.
Which is something we didn't even know happened on that ride.
I'm still not sure that is a thing that happened. They're just like, okay, we got to do something for this poor guy. Because I'm going to be honest, after and like for if you don't know what we're talking about, it was like after ride 16 or 17, like, and I literally told Theme Park Rob, it's like, okay, after we get off this ride, I really got to go to the bathroom. I I am making a beeline to the restroom because I had to go before we got on the attraction, and that is a 15-minute attraction, so your boy was doing the pee dance, if we're being honest, but. So like right as we're getting off, the cast members have been like they know us by this point.
Yeah.
We're several hours into the Living with the Landon fundraiser because we're all wearing our merch. They've seen my ugly mug all damn day through several lineup changes. And so we've talked several times. I guess it was the team leader or whatever says, "Hey, we got something for you. Stand by real quick." It's like, this is either going to be really good or really bad.
I was worried, to be honest. I didn't know what was happening.
I didn't know what was going to. It's like, okay. Well, how was the fundraiser? It was great right up until we got kicked off the ride. But they then come back and present me with a certificate that says I'm the captain of the day. It's dated and it's from the Living with the Land team, and on the back it's a message from Mickey, Chip and Dale, and Pluto thanking me for spending my birthday with them at Epcot and thanking me for spreading magic and doing what I'm doing a fundraiser, and they give me a captain hat. Yeah. And at that point it's like, all right, I am back on board. We are going to do this thing. We are going to finish strong. And like I needed that. I really needed that pick me up. I know it sounds cheesy. I know it sounds corny, but at that point, I'm a 40-year-old man. That made me feel so damn good in that moment.
Yeah. That really was the boost we needed to get to the end. I kept thinking to myself, if we get past, because our goal was 20. And our goal
was 20. Yeah.
I was like, if we get past 15, I feel like it's going to be smooth sailing because it's just we're going to click those last ones off. Plus, by the time we got in, like it was 6 o'clock, I guess, around that time, there was no line anymore. So we were able to quickly.
That helped because up until 6, the waits were much higher than I at least was expecting. I mean, at one point it was like the wait for Soarin', 10 minutes. The wait for Living with the Land, 30 minutes. It's like, what upside down universe are we living in right now?
Right. Yeah. So that threw a wrench in it. But man, we cranked out a lot of rides in the last couple of hours, and we were able to get you to the 22 mark, which again is a great achievement, but maybe not the best achievement of the night. Now I did sort of
hold on before we get to that. I want to thank, I mentioned the cast members in that instance. They were great in that instance, but the cast members from rope drop to, I guess, rope close, they were all phenomenal that day. And I want to take that, I gave the entire Living with the Land team a cast compliment on the Disney or the My Disney Experience app. They were incredible that day. They helped us out in a couple other instances. I don't know if we want to put that publicly and how rather they did that, but they were incredible. They really cheered on what we were doing. It seemed like they cared about what they were doing, and just if you happen to be one of those cast members who were working that fateful day, April 1st, 2025 on Living with the Land, thank you so much. You helped me get over that finish line in a couple instances. So thank you. Disney cast members are the magic that makes Disney go. And what we experienced on April 1st, 2025 in the Land Pavilion, in the queue for Living with the Land, was a prime example of that. Y'all killed it that day. Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. As we always say.
And I also had a killer team too. Jay, Stephers, Theme Park Rob, Cocktail Bob, the Smoking Hot Girlfriend, Alice, May. I feel like I know I'm forgetting people. Who else? I could not have done this by myself. Y'all kept me sane. Y'all kept me from throwing myself into the water in a couple points during those 22 rides. You, the lovely listener who don't. $7,500 for Second Harvest Food Bank of East Tennessee's Food for Kids program. And I'm still getting donations. The website's still up. Go get your merchandise. Go make a donation to Second Harvest Food Bank of East Tennessee in the name of Living with the Land. I know you said you wouldn't have to hear me shill for it again in a couple episodes. I lied. I will lie for money, y'all. I work in radio. That's what I do for a living. But thank you. I don't know if I told y'all this. When I set out and had this idea, I guess at this point, 18 months ago, when I started planning this in my head, if I made $1,000 doing this, I would have been happy.
Mm-hmm.
The fact that I made $7,500 and that number is still growing.
Yep.
Speechless. Yes, because if I keep talking about it, I'm going to cry. And I don't want to do that on a YouTube video, but I'm blown away. From the bottom of my heart, thank you. I said y'all are the best podcasting fans in the business, and I said I'm putting your money where my mouth is, and y'all stepped up huge. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you all so much.
Thank you. Best birthday gift I could ask for. Well, maybe second best birthday gift I could ask for. Now, Jay, you can talk about what happened at the end.
Well, I was just going to say, I did spoil this last week. I sort of casually dropped it, and we had some people commenting in the Facebook group. Wait a minute, did I just hear something? So Landon, you capped off that night in the Land Pavilion with transitioning to a new chapter for both you and the Smoking Hot Girlfriend. So this was something that was also like a long time planning, but why don't you just share that I think a new title was earned that night.
Yeah, it was. You, Jay, rode 19 rides, and you had the opportunity to have a nice round number of 20 rides. But on what turned out to be ride 22, you had another job, a behind the scenes, or I guess more accurately on Living with a behind the scenes scene to take care of, because me and Lindsay, which by the way, that's her shoot/government name, the Smoking Hot Girlfriend, we rode ride number 22 by ourselves. We had the entire boat front row, while the rest of the team got with the cast members and let them know Skipper, how could I forget Skip, because he was there with his camera, and let them know, by the way, when they get off that boat, Landon is going to propose to his girlfriend.
Yeah,
that happened. And so y'all coordinated, it was during ride 21. Me, you, and Skip were talking logistics. We were going through the final game plan, planning out where it was going to go down, because Skip has an eye for photography. He is a phenomenal photographer. And so he had been eyeballing this the entire day. He had ideas. He knew where the prime lighting was in the queue, in the ride area for Living with the Land. And he determined it was in the queue, appropriately enough, under where it says Living with the Land, not the LED sign for the attraction, but within the queue where it's printed on the wall. So he told I assume he or somebody told the cast members, because again, I was on the ride, so I don't know what happened behind the scenes, but the cast members were in on it. So me and Lindsay, we pull into the dock, we're walked through the exit back through the queue, and there y'all are. Yay, you did Living with the Land. Woo. Let's all get a group picture. So we get a group picture. And then Skip's like, all right, now just Landon and Lindsay, y'all take a picture. And then everybody scatters. And I think it was Stephers who put it so appropriately that Lindsay still uses this line whenever she tells the story, which, by the way, this is her favorite story to tell. She has told this story to literally everybody she gets the opportunity to. I think it's so cute. Everybody scatters like a bomb went off, except for me and Lindsay. They just like disperse, and then they start shooting, pulling out their cameras and taking pictures and videos from different angles. Just me and her, and then I hit the knee and let it be.
Yeah, hell yeah. It was awesome. And
there was literally the most important part of the story you left out.
Well, I asked her to marry me. And she said yes. She said yes.
There you go. There you go.
Wait, that's still not what I was talking about, though.
Something.
Stephers was there. Stephers was there. That's the most important. Oh, okay.
No, right. If you ask Lindsay what the highlight of that night is, the cast members were also super, super nice, and they gave her her own captain's hat.
Yes, yeah, that's true. Oh, and the funny part of this was that is the first time that anybody has ever referred to me or her to the other as a fiance.
Yeah.
It is the cast members of Living with the Land. So going back, the cast members went above and beyond because the cast members were in on this. Like I turned around and I saw cast members that were actually out recording it with their own devices too. And they were there
they took pictures.
It
was so cute.
Oh yeah. Like Cocktail Bob sent me pictures after the fact. And there's one of me and Lindsay getting ready to get on the boat before, I do the deed. There had to be a better way for me to phrase it. I heard it as soon as I said it. I apologize. And the two cast members are thumbs up. It's like cheering as we get on the boat.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is definitely going to make the wedding montage. I don't know the terminology. I don't know any of this stuff. I'm learning a lot. Also, did you know that fiance is spelled two different ways?
Yes.
I didn't. Apparently, I am fiance with one E.
Correct.
Lindsay is fiance with two
E's. Correct.
Yeah. Who knew? Language is weird.
It is weird, man. But
yeah, Tuesday, April 1st, 2025. What a day to remember for several reasons.
Yeah. Big congratulations on both things. Three things. You turned 40. You rode Living with the Land 22 times, and you became a fiance with one E.
Yay! All right, yeah, I'll with one E. And again, Lindsay's told this story to and we had we're celebrating our engagement buttons, and every cast member had to ask, and apparently I did a good job on the proposal, so good job by me, buddy. But apparently Living with the Land is a very not proposed stat attraction, I'm finding out, so it's unique.
Yeah.
So if you want to think outside the box, don't be basic and do Cinderella Castle.
I thought you were gonna say don't do Living with the Land.
Yeah, don't do Living with the Land. That is my territory. I will come for you. I am the captain now.
Oh, hear me out. All right, wait. Top tier proposal. When it comes back, let me preface this with when it comes back. Astra Orbiter, right? At night. When the fireworks are going off and you're in the same ship thingy.
Yeah, in the same bride.
Please note, I don't know if I've been on Astro Orbiter. If I have it, I was like a wee little whatever.
A wee lass.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. And then you're going around, and then you time it perfectly to a fireworks thing, and then you're in the sky. It's like a whole thing. You're in the sky. There's fireworks going off, and like where you go, you can't drop the ring because it'll just go in the ship. Unless you're going this way, but that's silly.
It goes in the ship.
Listen, just go here like this. It's like pretend you're on a knee, right? But like do it
hey,
like
honey, look at
this. Anyway, that's your top tier proposal, but you have to wait till Astro over, and it'll have a new paint job or something. I don't know. They're whatever. So like it'll look cleaner. Whatever.
I feel like this is it's a good idea, but the degree of difficulty is high.
Uh-huh. Yeah. You are definitely going to have to roll high on your skill check on that one. Also,
Listen.
I apologize if you have actually proposed in front of Cinderella Castle. I did not mean to insult you or call you basic. I'm sure it was a lovely event. Very magical for you and yours. It's just it might be played out. That's all I'm saying. If it makes it to a Disney commercial that plays during the Super Bowl, I feel like it may have reached peak. Just saying. But Mazel Tov and congratulations,
Well,
you kids.
either way,
And Mazel Tov and congratulations to me.
That's right.
Ah,
Well,
oh my God! Now I have to start saving for a wedding. These things are expensive, guys.
it's true.
Who knew that this like this costs money? Oh man.
Yeah, Stephers could have told you.
I had 2.
The moose out front could have told you.
Well, I'm just looking to get the one, Stephers. What was it like, BOGO when you did
please
it?
No. Please note the 2 were to the same person. Please, I just want to preface. I feel like that I said that to a friend the other day, and my other friend was like, "Just to let you know, it was to the same guy," and I'm like, "What? What?" And then I realized that I guess married twice.
You
that
definitely
would've
did.
been
I'm glad you clarified, but because you loved your dude that much, you wanted to marry him twice. Oh well, Lindsay's gonna be really pissed when I tell this story. Well, when we got back to the room that night,
maybe don't tell the story.
Oh no, it's great. I've already started. She ripped a huge fart, and I told her it's like it was so good that I wish I could have proposed again. It's okay. She doesn't listen to this podcast.
Wow. Okay.
So the Disney news.
Yeah, I know. Holy moly, that was good.
Oh, I really hope this is the episode she starts listening, because I'm gonna get an angry text.
I'm gonna text her and say, "Hey, Landon told the story of the proposal on the
Thanks,
podcast.
bud. I
might want to
appreciate
listen."
Yeah, future best man Justin Monorail over here, just throwing me under the bus.
Part of my duties.
No, it was her duties.
Oh wow. Okay.
Anyway, that was.
I don't think we can top that.
Yeah.
Good night, folks. Yeah.
We do have some Disney news. Why don't we jump right into it, because yeah, we struck gold there. Let's dive in. That's right, friends, family, and dreamers. We're back with the headlines from the Walt Disney World Resort. We've just got a few today, and we'll click through them so we're not extra long on the episode today. But a couple things. I wanted to start with this because if you're thinking about traveling to Walt Disney World in the next couple of months, might be interesting to you, because all of us, I would say most people listening to this podcast, are probably Disney Plus subscribers. Disney announced you can now access special summer rates on select Walt Disney World hotel rooms for stays between June 29th and July 31st, 2025. Rates start at $99 per night plus tax, with a 2-night minimum required. Proof of an active Disney Plus subscription is required, and the subscriber must stay in the room. And it's only available at 5 resorts, this special offer, but here, several different tiers, starting with All-Star Sports. You can get a standard room for $99 a night during that June 29th to July 31st timeframe. The Woods View room at the Port Orleans Resort Riverside is $169 a night. The Cars Family Suite at Disney's Art of Animation is $229 a night with this deal. The Deluxe Studio at Saratoga Springs is $249 a night, and then the Savannah View room, y'all, at the Animal Kingdom Lodge, $339 a night. So, a couple things. One, I would say, Disney's been rolling out a lot of different packages and offering different value for stays this summer for a couple of reasons. One, I think it's to entice people to stay on property, even if maybe you're traveling to go to Epic Universe. But the other is because travel is somewhat down, I can tell you, being in the industry. Looking ahead in the summer, Disney's trying to pull out some stops because they're trying to generate some business and get people booking to, make that snap decision. Oh, we can get a $99 a night room at the All-Star Resort. Why don't we go spend a weekend at Disney there in the month of July? So it's just an interesting thing, and maybe it indicates that, I mean, it's going to be hot. Stephers is shaking.
That's why I'm shaking my head. I'm just like, there's a reason why. Like, don't get me wrong, the parks are great, but like, I've gone. Well, number one, I'm originally from Florida, but like,
And
I've
that rate's
gone
good too at $99 a night. But yeah.
even for the Animal Kingdom Lodge, that's a great price.
It
but like,
is,
if
yeah.
I were to book that, I would be doing water parks mostly. I
Yeah.
think. Like, I walked around Epcot, I think during, it wasn't even like peak summer, and I overheated. But that
Yeah.
like that's just how my body's not acclimated to the humidity and like the heat and stuff anymore. So it just, if you decide to take part in this deal, please stay hydrated, bring a portable fan,
Yeah.
and take lots of AC breaks. Just because like I've been there and it's hot. It is so hot.
It's hot. Yeah. And I think part of it is Disney has trained people to travel at different times. It used to be that the summer was like the absolute busiest time at Walt Disney World, and then nobody would go like after Labor Day, and you'd have the holidays, people would come back, but then January, February, people don't go. Well, Disney has started doing things like marathon weekends and different things to draw people in, and they've sort of changed the pattern of people traveling to Walt Disney World. So really, that July month is like, I've even heard, even around the July 4th weekend the last couple of years, it hasn't been that busy. Like maybe for the day or for the night to go see fireworks, but generally, because I don't go on July 4th, but generally it's just the crowds are starting to gravitate to different parts of the year. Very, very interesting. So Disney rolls out things like these special deals and free dining. The other thing I was going to say that supports this theory about people not really booking and traveling this summer, we're talking with our friend Nate, our teammate at Diz Mornings, and he was saying, Universal rolled out this pass holder preview for Epic Universe coming up this month, but then they opened it up to Universal Visa card holders. They opened it up to people who are staying at Universal. It's not just a pass holder preview anymore. Plus, you have to pay for it. But he's like, this is all because they're not seeing the kind of numbers they thought they would on ticket sales. So they're trying to like boost those numbers up a little bit. So it's something to keep an eye on. I think there's a lot of things we talked about before. The economy is sort of volatile right now, and people are a little bit worried about recession. The other thing is we're sort of ticking off some of our international friends who might want to travel to the United States. And I've heard that people,
I mean, they're even putting tariffs on the on the isolation station of love.
Yeah, I know.
Islands of penguins.
But I've heard like firsthand, because I work in hospitality. Some of the like Canadian travelers and Canadian groups are like, well, maybe we just don't go to Florida or go to the US right now. So it's happening, and it's impacting the resorts. So anyway, interesting to keep an eye on.
That's so crazy. I mean, like, I know this is a Disney podcast, but I mean, like, let's just shoot straight. I know y'all have been seeing what people have been putting on social, what Universal has been putting on social. Epic looks, well, epic, for lack of a better term. And it stuns me that to hear that Universal isn't seeing the response when it comes to ticket sales and hotel stays that they were expecting for a brand new theme park that looks this good.
Yeah.
But that speaks to the state of the economy right now. It's the uncertainty of the market right now.
And just, international sentiment about the U.S. as well.
Yeah. Yeah.
So anyways, something to keep an eye on.
At least we got the Gulf of America, guys.
We know it's World Showcase Lagoon. Let's be honest. That's what we're calling it. So anyways, I just think it's something to watch. There may be more deals that roll out as the summer goes along, but make sure you keep your eye if you're planning on traveling, and go to dismornings.com, because both Stephers and Nate will help you plan your next vacation to Walt Disney World or Universal if you fill out a little form on our website. So
and, I will be hitting up that form and talking to Stephers or Nate, not this year, but maybe next year, because me, the Smoking Hot fiance, and the ambassador, her daughter, are looking to go to Epic next year. So
nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've got a date coming up. So I did fold. I was gonna after I found out Epic was gonna charge for the pass holder preview days, I was like, I'm not doing that. Why would I pay for a pass holder preview? So I text Cocktail Bob and he's like, yeah, I'm in the queue. And I was like,
There it is. Yep. Yeah.
okay.
Listen,
Um,
listen. I don't necessarily agree having pass holders spend money on a preview. However, your does not include Epic yet.
it's true.
And you get to go before. Like, I like how they're doing like a staggered situation. Like, I'm not going to say that opening day is not going to be absolutely insane, but
Yeah.
I like that they're giving like an option to kind of go before the
Yeah.
huge big blowout crowds. Like they're and they're also, I think this is a great way for the team members to kind of get
Oh yeah. It's
acclimated.
technical
and stuff.
rehersal.
It's
is what
great.
Exactly.
Yeah, I think it's
Yeah.
do I like that they're charging? Not necessarily, but I also can understand like your pass does not include this yet.
Yeah.
So why
Fair.
not?
Fair. And it happens to be so we're both Cocktail Bob and I got our tickets for Friday, April 25th.
Whatever.
So
April 25th. All right. So you're what, 2 weeks out at this point?
yeah.
You lucky son of a gum.
Yeah. So we'll be going.
Technically,
but-
it's next Friday, not this coming Friday, but next Friday, because
The next
they're listening
Friday.
to this Monday, so not
That's
this
true.
coming Friday.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Worry
so-
about faking your death so you don't have to pay your taxes tomorrow, and then you can live vicariously
Wait,
through Justin Monorail next Friday.
I have a question because I'm no longer a pass holder. Do you have to be a pass holder in order to get the ticket? Like if you can't buy me a ticket for me to go with you is I guess my
Correct.
question. Okay.
You would have had to be a pass holder and we would have to be connected in the app.
Okay, that's what I thought. I was just making
Yeah.
sure.
So
Oh,
because
was Stephers trying to figure out if she could swing another trip down to
I'm not gonna
Orlando?
say that that's what I was thinking, but low key that
Like, I'm only like
is what-
8-ish hours
But-
drive.
well,
right? Yeah.
it's
I got
funny
some points.
There
know,
you go.
it's-
Oh, right. Yeah.
it's funny I say that, but then like I said, after they opened it up for pass holders, then they opened it up for guests staying at the Universal Resort and then Visa
Or the
card
Visa.
Yeah.
Stephers, get a credit card. What could possibly go wrong?
I don't need another credit card, but I will say, Justin, if you maybe like, I'll pay for Helios if it's available during when you're going. I'm just saying.
And she's
I'm
doing the
just
stretch
saying.
too, you
Yeah,
know?
big
Uh-huh.
old
Yep.
stretch. Yep. Oh yeah. Oh, sorry. Actually, no, I don't want to go because y'all messed up and you're going the day it closes at 6. I need
I know.
nighttime. I need
I know.
nighttime.
Oh,
For some
closing at
reason-
6. What the H?
I know. For some reason, every other day during the preview period, it closes at 9, but on that Friday, it closes at 6. And that's the day we picked. We didn't know.
That's some poor planning by y'all.
I know. Luckily, we've got another day in the chamber at the end of
Oh, there it
May.
is. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, no, you're going to have to go back to the new park on a second day. I know, Zoe. They're a bunch of ding dongs, aren't they?
Yeah. I'm excited. I mean, I know for sure that, they're and they tell you during the preview period, I'm just calling it soft opening because it's not really an AP preview anymore, but that not everything's going to be operating most likely. So
I'm
sure
hearing
we'll-
reports what Ministry of Magic is kind of not working.
it is
open
work.
right
It is
now.
working. It's just not fully go yet.
Okay,
But
all right.
people have ridden it. And it sounds great.
I believe the term is rooting it.
People have ridden it. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
All right. Anyways, this is not across the Universal with Stephers.
Yeah, I'm sure y'all have one of those in the chamber because I mean it's not like they open a theme park all that often, but it feels like y'all have a lot of content to talk about. But
Actually.
I have this thing to talk about.
Yes.
If you love bourbon, if you
Mhm.
love steak, and you hate Don Shula, boy, do I have a dining experience to tell you about because Bourbon Steak by Michael Mina is replacing Shula's at Walt Disney World's Dolphin this summer. A new dining experience is on its way to Walt Disney World Swan and Dolphin. The resort has announced that Bourbon Steak by Michael Mina will open its doors this summer, replacing Shula's Steakhouse at the Dolphin Hotel. This marks the 10th location of the acclaimed Bourbon Steak brand and the 3rd in Florida. It also brings another high-profile name to the Swan and Dolphins' extensive lineup of restaurants and lounges, now totaling 23. Chef Michael Mina, a James Beard Award winner and founder of the Mina Group, is known for elevating the classic American steakhouse. The menu at the new Bourbon Steak location will focus on high-end cuts of beef and seafood prepared using modern techniques with global influences and using strong emphasis on product, technique, and presentation. Chef Mina said that the partnership makes sense because the Swan and Dolphins' strong culinary program and commitment to quality, and goes on to say each bourbon steak is uniquely designed to represent the environment that it's in, saying that he is adding that he looks forward to working with the location and the local team to the Orlando restaurant. If you are a fan of Don Shula and his steakhouses, by the way, Don Shula was an old school Miami Dolphins football coach. Just adding some context clues here. Shula's Steakhouse will continue operating through June 14th of this year, and the new restaurant is expected to debut mid-summer. So,
yeah, the other thing I would add is I have heard through the grapevine that Shula's is looking for a new location. I don't think they found one just yet, but they want to keep a Shula's somewhere in the resort area, and I think that'll probably be down the road at some point.
Have they looked at the boardwalk? Because I hear the boardwalk is turning over some places, like they're going.
They might have real estate. Yeah, yeah.
That's funny. Yeah, I mean, so there are people that love Shula's. There's people that have been going there forever. I want to give a shout out to Drunk Stormtrooper. I think he's like the norm of Shula's Steakhouse. He walks in, everybody knows him. But like for sure, there are people who are going to miss it. So just, if you want one last steak, one last French onion soup, whatever it is you want to get from Shula's, make sure you get there before June 14th.
Yeah, you got about 2 months with this with the date this podcast is dropping. Well, and it's like, I'm glad you said that, because I was literally about to ask, in the year 2025, does the name Shula still have any brand recognition? Does it still have any grip? But apparently to what you're saying, it does. So
I think it's people who have been going there. It's like a nostalgia thing. Cause I will tell you, what you're saying could be why that restaurant is turning over in the Dolphin. You might be onto something there, is what I'm telling you.
So it is appropriate that Shula's rather was in the Dolphin, because
exactly,
he coached the Dolphins.
I know.
Let me tell you, I just got that as you were saying that. All right, good talk. Good talk. All right,
sports
we
ball.
got there.
We got there. Speaking of changes, but we're moving to a different resort. There is a first look at the Grand Floridian lobby renovation. Concept art, birdcage inspired bar. Anyway, here's the announcement from Disney.
It's from the movie.
Yeah, Nathan Lane.
I understand. There's something special about walking into the Grand Floridian. The soft piano music, glowing chandeliers, and aromatic floral arrangements create a luxurious yet relaxing atmosphere. And soon, guests will be able to take in this ambiance with a refreshing beverage in hand, thanks to the new lobby bar. Okay. Inspired by the lobby's iconic birdcage, the bar will pay tribute to the resort's Victorian roots with intricate woodwork, stained glass, and brass accents. You may even spot colorful birds in the stained glass and murals throughout the atrium. Opposite the bar, guests will still find the Victorian cage-style elevator that fans know and love. Okay. Interesting.
Yeah, I popped a picture of the concept art in the notes today so we could all take a look. I just want to say, like, okay, so the birdcage doesn't take up a ton of real estate in that lobby. This is going to be much bigger than that birdcage was. And you see, at least in this picture, there's bar seating on two sides of this bar. It reminds me similarly to like Tambu Lounge at the Polynesian. You've got this option where you can walk up and get a drink. I'm sure like it's an alternate, because upstairs you've got Enchanted Rose, which gets busy and sometimes there's a wait. If you're just looking to grab a drink at the Grand Floridian, you're going to have this option now, which is great. But because of this, I'm wondering about, like, after it's totally done and they put the Christmas tree up and they build the gingerbread house, that lobby is going to be cramped, I think. I wonder if they're going to have to adjust how they do all that stuff, because at Christmas time, the tree and the gingerbread house and all the people lined up to either get a picture or get some gingerbread, it takes up like the whole lobby.
That does take up a lot of real estate. I hadn't thought about that, but I like the fact that they're adding something like this, because on the most recent trip down to Orlando, like me and the now smoking hot fiance, we did go to the Enchanted Rose, and we enjoyed ourselves, but at the same time, we also said, it's like, I kind of wish there was something a little bit more low key where we could just go get a drink, and it wasn't,
is it stuffy?
Yes, thank you. That is the exact term that I was looking for, as the Enchanted Rose. And I feel like this, what they're proposing with the birdcage bar, like in just in the lobby, like this is the exact answer of the question that we were asking, because it's like maybe there is something like that at the Grand Flow, but it's like I honestly feel like anytime I just walk into the Grand Flow, it's like, am I allowed to be here?
I sometimes feel that way too because it's
Also,
so nice.
it's way too nice. It's like, did they know that I'm some simple hillbilly from East Tennessee? It's like, yeah, I got my shoes on, but it's like past that, it's like I am way too low class to be here. And by the way, fun fact, if you have your photo pass option, there are some fun pictures you can take in the Grand Flow if you get off at the monorail stop. So just look for
Mhm.
those. Those are great. Me and Lindsay got some killer pictures. On our last trip, but it's like I'm really looking forward to what this turns into. If it looks half like what the concept art looks like, I think this is going to knock it out of the park. But to your point, particularly when the tree goes up, particularly when the gingerbread house goes up. I mean, even the Easter eggs, which those were awesome to look at
Oh
this
yeah,
year.
yeah.
Those bring in some foot traffic. The lobby could be getting cramped with a
Mhm.
with a bar and stuff like that.
It's true.
That is true.
Though it does
Um,
say in work is expected to begin well today if you're listening to the
yeah.
podcast when it drops April 14th, and it does say that the popular Grand Floridian gingerbread house will not be available this year. So
Mhm.
make your plans now, y'all.
I wonder if they'll try to set that up somewhere else. Last year they did a gingerbread Cinderella castle in the Contemporary, and that was the first time they'd done that. I just wonder if they'll
They'll
it,
shift it somewhere
add
else.
something, yeah, add something somewhere or move that one to another location because it's very like it's extremely popular. People
It is.
make a
Mhm.
point to go see that big
Oh yeah.
gingerbread house.
I mean, it's like a lot of people, like, again, going back to my most recent trip, we built in a resort hopping day. And when they have the gingerbread houses up, people build in resort hopping days just to go see those gingerbread houses. And the Grand Flow is one of the main events.
Yeah. If you haven't done it, by the way, I'd also plug the Beach Club. Go check out the Beach Club because they have a gingerbread carousel that they
Oh,
and it's so
yeah.
cool.
Uh-huh.
Like a working, you don't get to
Yeah.
ride it, but it
Uh-huh.
does rotate.
Well, I mean, you can ride it. You will then be trespassed from Disney property.
It's true.
So, cause
Um,
and effect, y'all.
so something to think about this year. We'll have to more to come, I would say. I'm sure we'll find out, if there will be a version of the gingerbread house and where that might end up. They should just put it outside at Disney Springs. I'm sure that
There
would
we
be
go.
fine.
Yeah. Oh yeah. The Florida weather will be great on it. It's cool. It's cool.
They could do, I wonder if I don't think they currently do a gingerbread display at the Animal Kingdom Lodge. They could do something there. Anyway, that's a little out of the way. You can't really.
Yeah, AK. Well, it's appropriate that the AK Lodge is very offset from everything else, because the AK itself is also very
Yeah,
offset from everything else on property.
it's true.
We're,
It's on its own little island over there. Um, all right, so we got one more thing to talk about, and I really only wanted to bring this up just because this was a question that Stephers set up the last time that we recorded together, and I just wanted us to have a little chat about it because I think it's a fun topic. So last week, Disney shared a new look at the headliner villains coming to the Hollywood Studios show Unfairly Ever After. And it was just posters. It's artwork of the three characters. It's Captain Hook, Maleficent, and Cruella de Vil. So previously on the Monday Morning Monorail podcast, Steffers said, like, what three villains would you pick to host a show like this? And because it's odd, it feels odd, these three. I mean, Maleficent, you can't get much bigger or more evil than Maleficent. I guess it makes sense. Captain Hook, I don't know. Cruella de Vil, it just feels like an odd selection. So that being the case, I just wanted to open that up to the group here, the panel. Are there three villains that you feel like if you were designing a show like this, that would be ideal to host an Unfairly Ever After stage show?
Did I
hmm.
not already get? I think I gave my answer though already.
You threw some out, but you
Yeah.
could say it again or change your
Okay.
mind.
I don't know if I'm gonna completely match what I said, so I'll just go first because I was thinking about this and I was like, did I say these already? Mother Gothel, Hades, and I think this is mostly influenced by Disney overall, but like I feel like they really capitalize on Maleficent, so I think she has to be one.
Yeah.
But upon reflection, you know who else would be really good? Dr. Facilier. Dr. Facilier, Mother Gothel, and Hades. I think that collectively, like, you could make a cool situation.
Yeah. Those are good picks.
That's a strong trio right there.
Yeah, I think before you might have said Ursula as one of yours.
I think you said Ursula.
Maybe I said Ursula. One of us
said
did.
Ursula. Yeah, I think you said Ursula.
I'm putting words in your mouth, Stephers, and I was going to give you credit for it.
No. That was your.
Or she's putting words in your mouth.
That's
somebody's putting something in somebody's mouth. Let's save that for the OnlyFans, guys.
Well, let's just say at some point someone said Ursula. I think that would be a strong contender as well. All the attitude and glam of Ursula.
Agree.
Very true. Yeah, that would be a strong choice.
Yeah. What are your thoughts, Landon?
Obviously Mater. No. Before I answer with mine, would we like to open this up to the lovely listeners and maybe make this a question of the week?
Yeah, we can do that. We can put it in the Discord. Yes,
I have used my podcasting powers to throw it to you, the lovely listeners. So for me, I do think Stephers makes a good point, and Jay, I mean, you said it very appropriately. Maleficent is the big Disney evil, so you kind of have to have her in this show. But I'm going to take her out of the equation because it feels like the basic answer. I'm going to go Hades, like Stephers. I'm going to go Gaston in my 2 spot, and then I'm going to cheat a little bit on my third answer. I'm going to go the Sanderson sisters from Hocus Pocus. I'm going to get 3 and 1 because they are baddies. People love them, and also you can get some Three Stooges stuff going on as well. I mean, we've already seen them perform and host shows around Halloween. They have their own stage show in the Not So Scary ticketed after event. So those characters can carry stuff like that. So I think that those characters would be very well versed to be quote unquote hosts for the Unfairly Ever After show with, you know, Gaston, with Hades, who I think would be your main event guy, particularly if he can lean into the way that James Woods played the character of Hades, because like love him or hate him, James Woods killed it as Hades. He owned and made that role. He very easily could have been a throwaway Disney villain, but the way that James Woods portrayed Hades made him an iconic Disney character.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, those would be my selections.
I think those are good. Yeah. And just to be silly about it, I was thinking if you expand out like the traditional thinking of the, you know, from the Disney animated classics and whatnot, I'd throw Darth Vader in there. I would like to.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
I'd like to also submit the Queen Xenomorph from Alien. She could get in there.
The person that named Unobtainium in Avatar, because everybody hates that ass.
Yeah. What else would be good? You could bring in some of the characters from Dick Tracy. Because
nobody remembers that, Jay. That's way too deep of a cut.
Mumbles could be part of the show.
Wait, you could do. Oh wait, that's the wrong. Never mind. Wrong park. Never mind. Rescind. I rescind.
Or here's an idea. Bring some Who Framed Roger Rabbit back into the park and bring what was his name? Christopher Lloyd's character.
Oh God.
That would scare children. Like I know that these villains would scare children.
40-year-olds.
Yeah, I was gonna say
when he reverts back into the tune and his voice gets high and the daggers come out of his eyes.
Yeah, he was spooky, but hey.
And we don't have Bob Hoskins around to save us anymore.
His name was Judge Doom. How did I forget Judge Doom?
Pretty on the nose.
Yeah. But anyways, I would love to hear what people...
Loki.
Oh, yeah, for sure, Loki. That's a great idea. Yeah. Yeah. Well, I'm excited to hear what the Monorail fam has to say about it. You know, I'll put the question in the Discord this week. I'll also throw it up in the Facebook group. So you need to join at least one of these places. The Monday Morning Monorail fam on Facebook. You can be part of that. If you want to be part of the Discord, you just have to send us a note. You can send me an email, mondaymorningmonorail@gmail.com, and I can send you the link. But make sure you're following us everywhere at Morning Monorail on all of the things, and visit our website, dismornings.com, because there's always new content dropping on the website. We talked about it earlier. We are going to record some restaurant reviews. So we've got Skipper Canteen on tap. We'll do Trattoria Al Forno, both of those from this previous trip that Landon and Stephers made down to Walt Disney World. And then there will be an Across the Universal coming up. So we're going to be recording that this week as well. Lots of fun stuff heading into the Easter week. So you can paint your eggs and listen to the Monday Morning Monorail podcast.
Don't be painting your eggs in this economy. Eat your eggs. Paint rocks. It's cheaper. But don't eat your rocks.
Don't eat rocks.
No.
Shout out to Thumper. This is Thumper's time to shine for the Disney characters. Most and Roger Rabbit. He's a rabbit too.
That is true.
It's Rabbit Week.
Also going back, I briefly mentioned it. If you are down in the parks right now, go check out some of the resorts and the Easter eggs that they put up. I mean, those things, like, to the surprise of nobody, are works of art. They're incredible.
Yeah.
Like what they can do and what they can make. I mean, it like jaw dropping. So impressive.
Very, very cool. Yeah.
I took some pictures. Maybe I'll send them to our social media team, and we can get some pictures up and show you examples of it. Because as you put out, it is Easter week. So there you go.
Yeah. So happy Easter to those that celebrate. And,
yeah, there you go. Happy Easter. Welcome back, Jesus.
And otherwise, I hope you're just having a great week, and I hope you have a nice weekend. Maybe you got a day off for the holiday, hopefully. But if not, you know, we're doing our best to bring you the Disney content, bring you some smiles and a little bit of magic along the way. Stephers, I want to throw it to you because there might be some other content that people could enjoy this week. Are you doing anything on the Twitch?
I am. I'm actually fun things. Wednesday I'm going to play more Final Fantasy Rebirth, but on Saturday I'm doing a cooking stream. We're making Japanese milk bread.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Okay.
So
Wow.
Great.
Okay. All right.
tune in to
Tune
that.
in.
Because, well, who doesn't like to see my beautiful kitchen and me make things hopefully successfully?
Tune in. Crank it up to 11 and throw away the knob.
Yes, chef.
Yes, chef. I don't know.
Hands.
That's cool, Stephers. Adventures with Stephers everywhere.
Oh, yeah. Correct. That.
Yeah.
Adventures with Stephers. It would be helpful if I told you where to tune in.
Avengers with Stephers. Yes. Mhm.
Landon, over to you, sir.
Oh, THEDOZ, Landon on Blue Ski, Landon Doane. I'm the best, Landon Doane, not the rest. That's you can find me on my fun corner of the internet over on Blue Sky. The world's terrible, but we're trying to have a little bit of fun over on my social media. I post about, fun stuff like Disney, wrestling, comic books, sports, though. Here on Rocky Top, it's kind of gotten a little cloudy over the last couple of days. We don't talk about Nico. But, we're having fun. We're trying to make the world a little less terrible. So come follow me over there, THEDOZ on the Blue Skies. And I also appear on the Phil Show, News Talk 98.7 WOKI radio station locally here in Knoxville, Tennessee, streaming 6 to 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time at newstalk987.com. Also available in the iHeartRadio app and the News Talk 987 app as well. And I again, I'm just going to go ahead and say I lied to y'all. I'm going to continue to plug Living with the Landon at least through the end of the month because the website is still up through the end of the month. For now, I might keep this going because the number keeps growing. I got another $100 yesterday when I was working for the station yesterday from a listener. Y'all blow me away with your just being you and being awesome. But livingwiththelandon.com, you can still get merch and all costs pass All money raised past costs of t-shirts, hoodies, coffee mugs does still go to Second Harvest Food Bank of East Tennessee's Food for Kids program, feeding 18 counties in East Tennessee, getting food to kids that need it. And I also encourage you to go to Second Harvest Food Bank of East Tennessee's website, that's secondharvestetn.org, and make a donation directly to them in the name of Living with the Landon to get that money to them. I don't know if you've been paying attention to the news, but unfortunately, organizations like Second Harvest have been hit by some of these wonderful government cuts that we're going through. It's never a bad time to donate to an organization like Second Harvest, but they need it more now than ever. So check that out. And again, just blown away by everything that y'all did in the year lead up to what I did on April 1st for my 40th birthday. Like I said earlier in this episode, I set out with the goal of $1,000, and you blew my mind with what y'all helped me do on my 40th birthday. So thank you so much again from the bottom of my heart. This is something that I will never, ever forget. You truly are the best fans in the podcasting game. When I said I'm putting your money where my mouth is, you stepped up and then some. And then some, and then some, and then some. Thank you feels inadequate, but that's all I can say. But thank you from the bottom of my heart. Thank you. And breathe, have a little bit of fun. And if you could do both of those things, that would mean the world to me. And I'll talk to y'all next week. Love you, Beta.
And we love all of you so much. Thank you for listening to another episode of the Monday Morning Monorail Podcast. Next week, we will be dropping an episode on Monday. It's going to be a restaurant review, and we will be talking about the Skipper Canteen and our fun evening there. That was a really nice night. Hope you look forward to that. And otherwise, just take care of yourself. Have a good week. Have a good weekend. And, if we don't talk to you, we'll see you here right back in this same spot next Monday morning. Until then, I'll ask you to thank a team member, thank a cast member, thank a rabbit. It's the week of the rabbits. Be excellent to each other and party on, dudes. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
Okay, bye-bye.